And here it's still Guten Tag. We are 2 hours behind. So yeah, Guten Tag.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate this opportunity. It's an honor.
That's great. We're also very honored to have you here, at
Mhm.
least to share with us your experiences and those who are joining us and those who are really beginning to be like you are
Yeah.
also in this assembly.
Yes.
We will be joining. Now, I have just few questions that
Mhm.
I'll take you through, and I
Yes.
think through this we are all going to get some insights.
Okay.
Now, please, would you just begin by generally introducing yourself?
Thank you so much. My name is Mildred, and I am 36 years of age, divorced, and I'm also an administrator by profession. And yeah, I have studied. Sorry, those are my colleagues. I have been an administrator by profession, and for the better part of my career life, I've worked as an administrator and also a linguist. And the latter part, before I left Kenya, I was a teacher in various colleges. Yeah.
Thank you so much about that and your introduction. Now, just straight to the
Mhm,
point, would you share with us your journey where being an administrator and
mhm,
also being a tutor? At
mhm.
what point did you desire of moving?
Well, thank you so much for the question. Well, before all of this, after my high school, I came to Germany as an au pair, which is a very good program as well for cultural exchange and also to perfect your language and so many things as an au pair. After that, I moved back to Kenya for my studies, and that's where I settled for a little while. Now, there arose this need in Germany that they would need skilled workers, and based on the situation back home, the job security and what have you, I thought to give it a shot. And surprisingly, even with my age, things worked out for the better, and I got the opportunity, and that's how I landed in Germany again.
All right. Now, you started as an au pair, you came back in the country. Between
Yes.
the time you came back to
Network.
I'm sorry I lost you,
and
but I can.
time you were leaving, in
Yeah,
language again.
yeah. Sorry, I'm sorry, I didn't get the question well.
I don't know. I'm asking,
Yeah.
from the time you left Germany as an Ethiopian, to the point that you went back.
Yes.
How long?
That was 13 years apart.
13 years apart.
13 years
The time
apart.
did you have to study? You have to just to study the German language in Kenya?
No, not at all. I had studied German language here in Germany. I spent a whole year from A1, I had to start afresh, A1 all the way to C1. So that was back in 2010. I studied up to level C1. And I've been using that German language all along in Kenya because even as I was an administrator, I was still doing online transcriptions. I just kept my German language just going. I used it to the maximum I can say. I didn't just let it die or sleep. So it was, I have an equivalent of a diploma in the German language. Yeah, so close to the
Watatu
native
jamani,
level.
Oh, no. No.
si wa GHIT. Kwa wanajua tu huko.
So you've been teaching the German
Yes.
from which Ibrahim, would you just You've been tutoring and teaching
Yes,
German.
y-
Most of us,
yes,
when we are learning the German language,
yes.
could you share with us your experience as a with a student of the German language?
Yes, thank you so much for this. I would share my experience first as a student, and then I would share my experience as a teacher. Now, I shared as a student, I must say that back then we were not that serious. I, I did my A1 in Kenya, but I had to start A1 afresh here in Germany. It's totally different. Yeah, there you have to dedicate your time. You have to dedicate every bit of you. You have to give your whole self for this language. You have to be intentional about studying as a student for you to be able to, this is a whole new language, and you have to perfect every bit of it. Grammar, there are so many minute details that you have to work on, and it's not just a matter of speaking or asking for water. It goes deeper because for you to study for an Ausbildung, you need to be on the same level as a native speaker. Just like here in school, you're being treated as a native speaker. You're not being treated as a foreigner. You're not being treated as someone who learned A1 to B1 or B2 or yeah, for 6 months. No, they're expecting you to come at par with the rest who are born here, raised here, and they've been speaking the language all their lives. And I must say, as a teacher, sometimes I was disappointed in the students because they would just show up in class whenever they want. And you see, this is a language. You need to be present every day in class because there are different topics, different lessons every day, and there are different styles also for learning. I used to encourage my students watch German movies, listen to German movies, be engaged in certain institutes. Whenever you hear or you see that there is a German event in town, just be there. Go there and learn the culture, learn things about German. The language itself is not about der, die, das. It's not only that which you learn in the textbooks. There is more to the language than that. When you get to interact with people, when you get to watch cartoons, when you get to watch movies, there's a way you learn the way they think, you learn how they reason, you learn how they phrase, you even learn different dialects. And that is one thing that people don't put into consideration. They just think I can go and study like chemistry or math. I can learn the formula and then I'll get it. This is not something as simple as ABCD. First of all, you need to be passionate. Yeah. You need to be passionate. Why are you studying this language? What are you going to get out of studying this language? You need to make uh, firm and smart choices. Use the smart analysis. Systematic, measurable, attainable. Yeah. Time bound. Give yourself time. Like in the next 6 months, I want to be here with this language. But if you're just studying for the sake of your parents, or my parents want me to go to Germany, or there is this opportunity, there is always greater that is expected from you in life, other than that which you just want to give like that. Yeah. So
That is so much great. That is a great insight. And in everything, if interest is not given, hard work is not put in, then you don't expect miracles. Now,
right.
when did you now move to Germany?
Well, I just arrived here. It's actually a month now. Now I came here in October, the first week of October.
Work or which program took you there?
So there is this program that you also mentioned. It's called Ausbildung, whereby it's an apprenticeship program. Yeah, it's a government-sponsored program, and I'm really thankful that there are such opportunities exist. I mean, back then when I was an au pair, these opportunities were only available for those who are either citizens or who are married here. So I would say this is the time when, if you have this opportunity, run for it. Literally run for it, because you'll never know. Maybe things might go back to how they used to be. I mean, only the people who are married, only the people who had so-called papers, documents, you were the ones who are given such opportunities. But it's such a good program. You get to study, you get to paid. I mean, who pays you while you're studying? Who does that? So you get some allowance to cater for your upkeep, your housing, and basically, and I must say, like, Beskul, I mean, it's one of the best. It's ranked top 5 in the whole of Germany for nursing. And the good thing is that this is just not any other, not um, also Ausbildung. There are so many, what can I say? Right now, I'm in a Pflege Academy, meaning a nursing school, but there are so many different industries you can carry out your Ausbildung. Ausbildung is a 3-year study program or a 2-year study program, and the best thing is that if you have skills, prior knowledge in Kenya, you can just get your certificate recognized here, and it might shorten your time of study, or it might even you might after the recognition of your certificate, you may just go to work immediately. I know some people from Vietnam, from the Philippines, they're just working straight from their country. Now they're working, and then they will perfect the German language, because you can never it will take much time and effort to get to know the language up to the native level. Yeah, so yeah. Mhm.
Wonderful in sharing that. Now, you've mentioned that you are under Ausbildung and you are a nursing student. Are you also
Yes.
working at the same time? Do you have some attachment? Yeah.
That's a very
So
good
you work,
question.
would you
Sorry
just
for
tell us about
cutting.
that?
Okay. So, what happened is that Ausbildung, you're sponsored somehow, like your studies are sponsored. You're getting a monthly allowance at the end of every month to cater for your housing, your general upkeep, your traveling expenses and everything. So, at the end of the month, you're expected to receive an amount, and I would be open to say, like, in the nursing, you'll be getting like 1,000, around 1,200 euros in the first year, and it gets to increasing, and it depends on who the company or the hospital which has employed you. There are some who are getting higher, like 1,500 the first year, and that's pretty good cash. I mean, if you convert it to Kenya shillings, that's quite an amount of money just for studying. You can imagine that. I mean, where have you had such a thing happening? Yeah. So another thing. So I'm not working. What is happening is that the first 2 months I'm in class. We're in school. We're studying. Then for the next 2 months I'll be at work. Now I'll be based in a hospital to put the skills that I've acquired in class, the theory that I've acquired, to put them into practice. So, and then thereafter, I will come back to school. And the best thing is that we have breaks in between. Like next week, we'll be having our 1 week break. And before we also we come back to school, we'll be having a 2 week break. And it's Monday to Friday. And as when you go for the the practicals, that is when you are just entitled to five days, 5 days a week, to work 5 days a week, and it's 8 hours, strictly 8 hours every day. Yeah, so it's just the best thing.
Oh, great. I think my internet is a little bit stable, so I kept losing you, but I hope you can hear me.
Yes,
Now,
I can hear you.
the institution where you are,
Yes,
the institution where you are, and the sponsors, your sponsors, I know you're going to talk about that.
yes,
Luckily, we are going to be working with them. And
yeah,
I think on Thursday, we visit our institution here.
yes.
Courtesy of you, you are ambassador, and thank you so much for that.
Awesome.
And
I'm
most
grateful.
of these guys in assembly are debating here. Now, the-
Hello. I'm sorry. Can you hear me?
the-
Hello.
there is this. Did you hear me?
Now I can hear you. Sorry, it was breaking. Now I can hear you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm asking that before
Mhm.
joining, before
Yes.
moving to Germany, had you done
Yes.
any caregiving course or nursing assistant course before? Of what
No.
impact or significance is the course?
Okay. For my case, I hadn't done any prior um, studies in regards to nursing or caregiving. But then I would say if you're in a position to, please do. Because it would be easier for you to just come here and start learning in German if you have prior knowledge. I'm very grateful for the like your institution, Macmillan. You are offering such a course whereby you are offering prior studies so that when one comes here, you've already done the introduction. It's now a matter of translating everything in German. But do not be worried if you don't, or you can't afford that, or you're not in a position to have such skills before coming here. You can just come like me, and then you will be taught. You'll start from the beginning. It's only that you will need more dedication. You'll dedicate more of your time in going through the notes, maybe researching, and also watching YouTube videos. I mean, with this age of social media, we are grateful that everything is on the internet. So even as you're still in Kenya, start learning about such things, anatomy. And the good thing is that if your high school memory is still fresh, just recall biology, chemistry, physics, German, English, psychology. Those are the things that we study, and mostly anatomy. So it's quite interesting. And right now, they've really embraced the digital learning. So we are not even using textbooks and all those things. So we are given tablets. If you have a computer, you come with the computer, and yeah, the teachers are teaching online. So and in case of such calamities like COVID, we also have an online platform. They are well prepared, I must say. They are just well prepared.
Well, thank you for that great insight. Now, I want us to delve a little bit about house building program because that is
Yes,
the program that you are in.
yes,
Would you just define for us what is house building? What, for example, if you are in nursing, what are the qualification? From
yes,
four qualification that play a part. What is
yes.
needed? Just define it for us. What is house building and what are the qualification, for example, for nursing?
But thank you so much. So Ausbildung, basically, it's a 3-year studying program. In Germany, you have the option of going to colleges, universities, and also you can go for Ausbildung. It's more like a university of applied sciences, I would say, because you are working at the same time you are learning. So you are learning on the job in most instances, and the studies are more practical, and it is one-on-one basis with the teacher. Yeah. So that is just a summary of house building. And about age limit, we do have 16-year-olds, we do have 50-something-year-olds. So here, yeah, maybe that's a thing you may touch on later. I'm not quite sure where your stand is with that age bracket. And yeah, sorry, what was the other question again? What you need? Okay, what you need, at least a minimum of like C plus, C, I think C there, around C minus would be good. Just a proof of high school that you cleared your high school. If you have other certificates, other qualifications, it will be to your advantage because you would be able to incorporate them in your studies here. But the main thing is the German language. The German language is like the main asset for this. So they recommend B. There are some here with A2, there are some with B1 level, and there are some with B2. Why do they recommend level B2? As from B2, you'll be able to interact, get what you're being taught, and you'll be able to also communicate because it's more of, sorry about that, it's more of an interactive session in class. It's not like the teacher just comes and gives you notes, dictates. No, it is interactive. Actually, they just it will need your active participation. And B1 is good, but I would recommend B2. I would recommend B2. Yeah, you can come here, but I'm telling you, you're putting yourself in a funny position if you come with B1 because you're really, I don't know, but you will struggle. But then if you're sharp, you're hardworking, I would say you can easily come with any level and then give your best, put your best foot
Thank you so
forward.
much for that.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember you sharing with me that you have your colleagues who, from Vietnam with B1 and 2 really struggling.
Yes.
Uh, so are they taking the language again at the same time they're studying?
Yes. I'm sorry. For lack of a better word, I just had to use that word struggling so that it can just sink in to people that they should work hard in their German language. Yes, this my colleagues, they are being forced to take other classes, at least B1 and B2. During the time we shall be going for our practicals, they have already enrolled themselves. They shall go for further studies because if you are unable to understand, you'll end up translating everything, and with that you lose so much time because the most 50% of what will be in the exams or what you need to understand, it's that which the teachers are talking about. It's more of oral, and here they also rate your oral participation, so you need to participate actively. You need to, even if it is just answering one question, that's what they need from you and helping around how you interact. So here, the good thing about us building, they're not just marking the paperwork. No, 50% is the paperwork. 50% is how you interact with people, how you participate in class, and how you carry yourself, and the willingness and the readiness to help, because that is what house building is about. You're being builded. They're building you. They're building everything in you. They're molding you. Yeah.
What are the benefits of husband?
Sorry? I'm
Some
sorry.
of the benefits.
Of house building. Wow, what can I say? Other than the fact that you have an opportunity to study, I would say, where else do you get paid to study? I mean, the financial benefits are just very good. Their way of teaching, it's also top notch. And another thing, you get to experience first hand, sorry, like right now, nursing is not only one-sided. Yeah, like you're doing nursing, you're doing pediatrics, you're doing caring, nurse, old care. No, this is a general, it's called generalistische Pflege. It's general nursing, whereby you'll be trained to work in three aspects. For example, taking care of the old people. You'll be trained to take care of the children. You are trained to work in the hospital. You are trained also to the issue before. I'm sorry, the other one has skipped my mind, but those are the three major areas. I can, like right now, we are going, sorry, it's in the ambulance. So they will take care of all you will learn how to work in all these areas, all these four areas. And so once you're done with your studies, after the 3 years, you can always go and it's called Weiterbildung. You can choose one area whereby you are most interested in, and then you go and specialize in that area. Yeah, as for that, there are special schools for the Weiterbildung.
Oh, wonderful. Again, other than nursing apprenticeship, what other
Yes.
opportunities could be available in a
Wow, so many, so many. For example, they really need people. Every day when you are walking to school or in the city, you see a dentist is asking for house building. A supermarket needs house to build, and they need people. They need workers. Even in Deutsche Bahn, the train services in Germany, they need people. The buses, they need people. Like they have a shortage of workers in almost each and every industry. The teachers, they need people. Even for the nursery schools, they really do need people. So they need people. Your skills that you've acquired in Kenya, they will really be of benefit, not only to the course you choose to do here, but also to other things. It will be to an added advantage. So there are many.
also many opportunities in Germany?
Yes, there are.
Would you say something before we move to the next almost concluding?
Mhm,
In Kenya, you whose name I will not mention.
mhm.
Uh, for example, we are training our CNS certified nursing assistants.
Yes.
What are the opportunities? Will be working in the hospital, in care. You just touch a little bit on it.
Yes, one advantage of working in a care home or as a CNA, and it's very good that you're offering that course because you'll never lack a job anywhere in Europe, and not only Germany, in Europe. And also, you'll never lack a job. And another thing is that also, for example, you come for the house building and maybe things didn't go well, you won't be sent back to Kenya. You'll have the opportunity to retake the exam, and if it hasn't gone so well again, you can be a CNA. So even if you come here as a CNA, you can come as a CNA and also apply for an house building. Yeah. So you can come, and as CNA, it's a very good job actually. I have so many colleagues, my classmates, who have also had the prior experience as a CNA some in London, some here in Germany. At least when they come to the house building, they know everything. So they know everything. Their learning has been made so easy.
Now, let's now get to the stage of moving out. The processes again, all the the German language, you are or you want to go for how no.
Yes.
What is the duration? I think this
The duration,
between the institute from you did your bit to the time, how long did that take?
okay. So my case, I did my B2 in 2010. In 2010. So, but I would say, if you're really dedicated and you want to do this, you can start, let's say, see every 6 weeks, you move to one level, A1, one level, 6 weeks, A2, 6 weeks. And that is if you're really dedicated. But learn, you know yourself, take your time, yeah? Don't go with the pace of others because you're just going to hurt yourself. This depends on an individual. So the minimum I would recommend as a teacher is 6 to 7 weeks, 6 to 7 weeks per level. And yeah, that would be approximately, let's just give it like 6-7 months for one to complete up to the level of let's say B1. And as for processing the visa and everything, it doesn't take long. It doesn't take long. I mean, my passport, I got it within 1 week. Visa, it took 5 days, and I was sent my ticket. Everything happened within a flash. Yeah, so I would say from the time the agency started communicating with me, that was
Yeah,
around July, and by August I had everything.
yeah. So simply put, once you have your language right,
Yes,
everything becomes very
yes, just the
easy.
language.
You are going. You gave us your 40 minutes. I don't want to proceed.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't want to proceed with more questions. But just before you go, I don't know if you can spare 5 minutes. You can give us
I
a
have
closing
3
remark, and I
minutes.
will just pass it back to my colleague, Madam Sarah,
Okay,
who is the Dean of Students, can pick
yeah,
can pick 2 questions and you attend to them before you leave.
okay.
Sarah?
So thank you very much, Mildred. My internet is not so good, so if it drops, I'll ask Monica to come in and assist me.
Okay.
So thank you very much for this chance.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you very much for having us and attending to our questions. So maybe just one question. I know you're getting back to work and you're
Class.
going to school, so we won't take much of it to class, yeah? So some of these
Yeah.
questions are in German language. Unfortunately, I'm still learning.
Okay.
But the last bit of it is, are there aviation courses in demand in Germany? I'm not so sure if you can answer that because that's not your field, but someone is asking about aviation courses.
Well, I'm sure there are. You can look up on the internet. I mean, don't limit yourself. You can look up on the internet, and I'm sure you're going to find something because each and every area they need people. Like they advertise, they'll be bringing in so many Kenyans. So I believe that even in the aviation industry, like there's a high demand of workers. So look it up, give it a chance.
Thank you.
Yep.
Okay. So the other last question may be more of the kind of questions we're having here is, what programs can you guarantee for a German visa, considering au pair in Germany is within the ratio of 2 to 10? So someone says she knows of a few people who have tried au pair and it didn't work for them. So what courses would you advise? And maybe if someone is going to the embassy, what course would someone apply for, or what kind of program, and they'd be sure to go?
Okay.
Yeah, so you can answer
So
that one as the last. Yeah.
I would say most of the Kenyans here have come here as au pair or language students. You can look up DAAD. They always do have even sponsorship. Like, do not limit yourself, not at all. If au pair hasn't worked for you, I'm sorry for that. But then so many people have come here as au pair. There is FSJ, there is BFD. I know even in my class, there are so many people with FSJ. They came here with FSJ and some BFD. Yeah. So I've seen someone has asked why nursing. Why not administration? For me, it goes back to fulfilling my purpose. I believe that I've already accomplished my purpose as an administrator, something that I really wanted, and I've attained so many qualifications regarding the same. And yeah, as for nursing, it's more like my passion.
Okay, thank you for that. And one last one, someone is asking, how do they perfect their diction in the German language? Maybe you can take that another last.
Watch German movies, watch German cartoons, interact with Germans. You have your German colleagues over there, your friends who are fluent in German, and also go to Goethe Institute and take part in the various voluntary activities that they are there. Just communicate more often in German.
Okay, I think we won't take much of your time. I think all the other questions, just channel it to us. We are going to send the answers to you. So I'm going to take it back to the director. Unless he has anything, we are going to let you go back to class.
Okay, thank you so much.
Monica, is there anything, director?
Yeah, thank you so much, you guys, for availing yourselves. Once they move to Germany, they become so busy. And Mildred, thank you so much for availing yourself
Thank you.
to this
You're
meeting. I know we'll be having you more. I will be having you more often. So I don't know if before you go, if you have any closing remark, Mildred. Mildred, is she there? All right. So, tomorrow we'll also have another gentleman working as a recruitment agent in Germany. We're also working with him, and he will be taking some of you through the interviews. But before then, you'll have an interaction with him tomorrow. So we'll be inviting you tomorrow, same time, from 2 to 3, 1.
So I think the internet dropped.
Our internet has been frustrating today. Very frustrating. Yeah, so I'm saying that tomorrow I have another guest who is a German, a native German, who is an employer, and also working as a recruitment agent. Keep on bringing for you guests. Next week on Tuesday, we'll also bring to you a gentleman who also went, I think 3 or 4 weeks ago from us. So you'll also be able to share with you great insights, and you'll be able to answer all the questions that you may have. But commit to giving you the best. If the rest have gone, then there is no reason as to why you must remain here. What we just need from you is cooperation, dedication, steadily at a faster pace. Thank you so much. Back to you, Sarah. If there is no any concern, we'll call the meeting off.
So I see a few questions on the chat box. Reach out to us through the groups or the office line. We're going to address some of those. And these meetings are recorded and they're uploaded on Facebook. So just in case you have missed anything, you might be able to watch it later on Facebook. So thank you very much for making time for the Impact Show. And we look forward to having you tomorrow at 2. So kwaherini.